Here's why you should listen to me. I've been in real estate investing since 2006. I've been an entrepreneur all my life. I've never had a job, never had a resume, never begged for a job. I've always been the man. So I'm gonna share with you right now the fastest way and the easiest way to generate leads for free for your real estate business. I don't care if you're trying to do fix and flips, you're trying to wholesale, you're trying to buy rental properties, whatever the story may be, I'm gonna show you how to find these leads for free. Let's dive in. Number one, county clerk's office. What do I mean by that? Every state, I don't care what state you live in, there's going to be a county clerk's office, and there's going to be a lot of important information there that you can get to generate leads. Let's go in through this. Okay, number one is you can find the divorces. People that are going through a divorce, more than likely, if they own a property, they're not going to be able to afford it. Okay, so you can collect that information and build your list. And I'm going to show you exactly what you do once you build your list. But let me show you exactly where the ponds are, where you can go fishing and there's less competition. Okay, so number one is a divorce list at the county clerk's office. Number two, you can at the county clerk's office find the pre-foreclosures or foreclosures in your county. At the county clerk's office, you can also find homes that have been cited by the city. For example, the grass is too tall, or they may have thousands of dollars because they didn't do X or Y, whatever the story may be, citation. And guess what? Some of these sellers are not in these properties, and you can reach out to them and get the deal. Okay, so at the county clerk's office, not only can you get the divorces, can you get the fire, people's homes that have been on fire, city citations, you can get the foreclosures, you can get the probates, you can get the people that are behind in their city property taxes, and so on and so on. Okay, there's a lot of good information there. If you want to learn how to find this information, I have a free training on my website. Go to myrealestatedojo.com, click on start, and I'll have a video on how to find the pre-foreclosures. Okay, and then you can use that with the divorces and so on. Okay, so that's one list that I would build. Number one. The second list that I would build, which is much easier, is that I would get on Facebook Marketplace, I would get on Craigslist, I would get on every FSBO, for sale by owner website out there, okay, in the areas that I want to buy property from, and build my list. Okay, now that I have my two main lists, now I'm going to do step number three, because I have the list number one, which was the county clerk's list, and then the list number two, which is the easier list, like Facebook, Craigslist. And now that I have this data, okay, now I'm going to start reaching out to these sellers. How am I going to reach out to these sellers? This is step number three, is where the lead generation is now created, because at first I was sharpening my axe, okay, over and over, and now I'm going to attack. The way I'm going to attack to generate these free leads from this list that I got from the pre-foreclosures, foreclosures, etc., FSBOs, etc., is number one, I'm going to take that data and run it into a skip tracing service to get all the information that I need. And what is the information that I need? I need the seller's cell phone, I need the seller's home address, I need the seller's address, the social media, their email address, I need the seller's cousins and family members' addresses. Okay, and I'll explain that in a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to now once more build my list from that raw data that I extracted from the FSBOs, that I extracted from the pre-foreclosures, that I extracted from the divorces. I put it into one Excel sheet. Now I'm going to filter this Excel sheet to get the actual gold. Okay, and the way that I do that is using the skip tracing services, and I'll show you how to do that in a second. Skip tracing services, and I'll extract the information that I want from them. For example, I may only have the property address. I put the property address in the skip tracing services, tell me who owns it, what is their name, where's their address, what's their cell phone, where do they work. So much information, you wouldn't believe it. America. Okay, now once I built that cream of the cream database where I have the seller's contact information, now I'm going to put it into the marketing machine, where I call the action part. Okay, which is really the step number three. Okay, what do I mean by that? I'm going to take all the emails and put it into an email system that I can broadcast with one click to thousands of people that says, hey, I'll buy your house, or hey, behind on payments, or hey, divorce. Depends on what list they're from, right? If they're in a divorce, then my subject line and my message is going to be talking about going to divorces and how I can help them. If it's probate, then my message and my email is going to say according to the content idea. Okay, now That's one thing I'm going to do on the actions. The next thing I'm going to do on the action is I'm going to take their phone number and have someone cold call them, virtual assistants, and I get into that a little bit in a second, okay? Then I'll take their phone number and put it into a robo. Personally, I'm not telling you what to do. This is what I've done, okay? I'll put it into a robo dialer and says, hey, you know, in a beautiful voice, professional voice that I paid for overlay that says, hey, I want to buy your house according to your problem, okay, or according to your situation. Next thing I'll do is I'll take that phone number and put it into what I call a silence voice recording, where it rings their cell phone. I mean, it leaves them a voice message without ringing their cell phone. They'll just be like, hey, I got a voice message. Who is this? My phone didn't ring. And they'll listen to it, okay? And that works really, really good. Then I'll take their phone, their cell phone again, and I'll run it into a text messaging blast, okay? Then I'll take their address, depends what kind of lead it is, and if I really want the deal, I'll send them postcards. Then I'll send them handwritten letters. Then I'll send them letters. Depends what kind of deal it is. I may go knock on their door. Okay, depends what kind of deal this is. I may put bandit signs right in front of their neighborhood, so the seller will call me. Okay, so as you can see, once I gather that raw data from the county clerk's office and from all the FSBO and all the free stuff, then I'll filter that information out so I can get all the contact information, and now I am now generating the leads, because I am reaching out to thousands of people, right, in my area, right, for free or almost for free, because emails doesn't cost that much, okay? Text messaging I can do on myself, it doesn't cost that much, or I can, you know, what should we call it? Pay a company, like what is what I used to do. You know, we used to use a company called Ring Central, and we would text message hundreds of thousands of people a month, okay? So as you can see, once I get that cream database, then I'll run it into the marketing system, which is text messaging, cold calling them, you know, robocalling them, put them into a Facebook retargeting, put them into a YouTube retargeting, depends what kind of deal it is, okay? Sending them postcards, sending them hand letters, you know, door knocking. Again, if you know this property has $300,000 in equity, and this is something that you really want, because let's say it's a lake house or oceanfront or whatever the story may be. Maybe it's for your own personal property or your investment property, whatever. Maybe it's an apartment complex, and this is the one you've been looking for. So for that, you're willing to spend a little bit more money in the marketing part, in what I call the follow-up. Okay. So, anyways, guys, 3 ways to generate the leads. Now, you're asking yourself, Mike, well, how can I make this faster, okay? Or how can I make this easier, okay? A couple of ways you can make it easy is by hiring a virtual assistant. I would have 2 VAs, okay? One VA job is only one thing. They would sit in front and at the county clerk's office and become an expert of pulling the data for the divorces, pulling the data for the probates, pulling the data for X, Y, Z, okay? The other VA I would have, you know, what I call filtering that database and turning it to the cream of the cream. That person becomes an expert at the skip tracing software, okay? Because once the data's in the Excel sheet, you only need one person to become an expert at one thing. I treat it as an assembly line. I would not get just one VA and expect them to learn how to do both tasks, because that's failure. I would get 2 VAs, one for the data extraction, because after 1 month, after 2 months, 3 months, they become an expert at that. They become super fast at it, and I want them to be efficient. I don't want them to do multiple tasks, okay? So I want them to do one task and become a black belt at it. The other person becomes an expert at that skip tracing software, okay? Now, you know, how much did I pay for my VAs? I only paid them $150 for the whole month. Let me say that again. $150, not a week, not a day, a whole month. That's 40 hours per week for 4 weeks for $150. And there's a lot of people that are willing to work for that. I know you can't find them like that because you haven't downloaded my course called the VA X to the 2. Okay, I show you exactly how to use virtual assistants and exponentially grow your business by not going to like Upworks and stuff like that, because you're hiring the wrong type of people. You're hiring freelancers, and freelancers are trying to make maximum money. What I teach you is how to actually market in India, how to actually market in Pakistan, how to actually market in the Philippines, wherever you want your VAs at, right? And set up systems, set up filtering systems, so these people jump through hoops so you can hire the best of the best. And not only that, my systems and my course are totally copy and paste. I show you my contracts, my bonuses, you know. It's one of the best courses I've made. If you want to get that course for free, join my community called Paladin Brotherhood, where I give you access to all my courses, guys, and coaching calls for a very low price. Go to myrealestatedojo.com and click on coaching to check that out. But going back to the story, guys, okay, I would hire a VA to do a lot of this work for me. The other thing I would do is I would create a filtering system, a copy and paste system, what I call Flipping Wednesdays, to message these sellers, okay? Because when you have a VA do this, or if you're going to do it yourself, you don't want to be spending too much time with everyone. So one of the best ways to do it is what I create, the Flipping Wednesdays, which I filter out all the sellers that are not motivated and only spend time with the highly motivated. And I will use that system, copy and paste system, when I'm on the phone with them. I will use that system when I'm text messaging them. I will use that system when I'm Facebooking them, okay? Whatever it is, I'm using the whole process to make sure I'm only talking to the cream of the cream, guys, okay? Anyways, guys, if you have any questions, comment, leave it below. I'll be happy to answer it. Don't forget to get my free training, guys, at myrealestatedojo.com. Click on start. I give you my subject 2 course totally for free, from everything from lead generation all the way down to the exit strategy and paperwork and stuff like that, totally for free. Thanks so much for clicking the like button, and don't take no for an answer. As Romy says, always remember, you're braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, smarter than you think, and twice as beautiful as you ever imagined. Peace.